Welcome to a live telecast of the Horsham and District Racing Club meeting, featuring interviews and the running of the 1984 Horsham Cup. Your host for the afternoon, Rob Gaylard.
Thank you very much and welcome.
Away fairly well. First out was on near the inside, Lass's Romance. Getting away smartly was Petch up in that leading division, is going to take the lead on. Bold Deed is up with them too, and Burraway Lady behind them, Common Bond Cold Section. Dropping out there was the favourite, which was Bold Deed, as they run along the side of the track, and last of all was Midnight Lass. Along past the 600, Petch in front by a neck here. Over on the outside, Common Bond moves up the joint, a length and a half full on Hearts. On the inside, Lass's Romance. Then losing ground, Burraway Lady from Bold Deed around the outside of Midnight Blue Lady Car, and then Cold Section. Near the corner, 400 out, and Common Bond about a neck in front of Petch, a length to Lass's Romance, a length and a half to Bold Deed, running on strongly from Burraway Lady as they near the corner, 200 out, and here Common Bond in front on the outside, Lass's Romance and Bold Deed down the outside, Petch on the right and Bold Deed the outside, Lass's Romance, 100 out, Bold Deed the outside, Lass's Romance, Bold Deed going to one, Bold Deed
Number 4, Boulder.
Given away they go. Missing it badly, Classified Lady. Karaka blow a little slowly out. Irish Neck to the first out. Place you away and booting through on the inside with Madam Speaker. Karaka Bow goes up to be fourth on the inside. Then came Launchley Park from Lone Core Nature Time. And Classified Lady is last. They're going like the wind. Place you Irish Nectar as they run down past the 600 by 2.5 to Karaka Bow. 2 lengths away, losing ground, Madam Speaker. Behind them, Lone Call, and further back, Launchley Park, Classified Lady, and Nature Time. Up near the turn, 500 out. Irish Neck to join Play Shoe. Karaka Bow, length and a half behind them, going all right. 2.5 to Lone Call, making ground. And then Madam Speaker further back, Launchley Park on the corner. 300 out, and Irish Nectar went to the front here, but Karaka Bow moved up to join it. Beaten as Play Shoe. Karaka Bow went to the front inside the 200. Lone Call on the outside, starting to run home. It's the danger. It's Karaka Bow in front. Lone Call the outside is trying hard, but it's Karaka Bow in front. Karaka Bow just in front. They're home, and it's won by a half length. Lone
The winner in that number 4, Karaka Bow, $1.30.
Away in a good line. One of the early leaders was Shambhala, King Cataway OK, and going up to join them is on the outside Don't Listen, a great battle. Towan is with them too and searching for the lead and getting it as they travel up towards the 1200. It's Towan in front from Arkaringa the outside, and Don't Listen, a length and a half to King Cat. Shambhala the outside of him. One to San Ferian and Tiny Gay restrained on the inside. Arkaringa took over as they went past the 1,000, a length to Towan, a half to Shambhala. In fourth place, then up on the outside was King Cat, a half length to Don't Listen, and a line of about 4 then. San Ferian going around the outside with Tiny Gay. 800 out, and Arkaringa led by a length. Now King Cat went up to second as they chop and change. Tiny Gay's out 4 deep. In the centre was San Ferian. Towan just behind them, going all right. 3 parts to Shambhala and a length and a half to Don't Listen. Along the side, 700 out, and Arkaringa in front from King Cat, San Ferian. Towan badly needing a run the outside. Tiny Gay giving ground from Shambhala, and Don't Listen is last. 400 out, and Arkaringa in front, a length to Town, who's going beautifully. It's got the split now, Town, and it moved up on the outside, but it's being hard ridden. Arkaringa's holding it at the moment. Then Shambhala, King Cat. It's Arkaringa setting sail for home clear. Town went a bit deep from Shambhala, but it's Arkaringa in front. Town on the outside won't be able to reach it. It's coming away. Arkaringa, but it's going to score well. Arkaringa first wins it by 3 lengths on the line. Second, Town, and neck away third, Shambhala.
The top weight, Arkaringa, paying $185.90, ridden by Neville Wilson, who's probably one of the better riders through it.
Linford Towey racing now. Linford came out okay. Miss Centimore away nicely. Wider out on the track, Noble Navarre. As a matter of fact, they've all got away okay, and Miss Centimore's going to lead as they settle properly. And running down inside the 200 on the first occasion, it's in front, Miss Centimore, by a length and a half. In second place was Sporting Class pulling, going up on the outside as Linford, and very deep Noble Navarre. In a field of 6, it's out 3 and 4 wide as they swing out of the straight from Stoke Sun, and Don's Hope is last. As they go along the side of the track past the 1400, Miss Centimore leads by 3 parts now, length to Linford. Out deep Noble Navarre, length to Stoke Sun, saving ground, 1.5 Sporting Class, and a length and a half to Don's Hope at the tail of the field. Up towards the 1200 they swing, and Noble Navarre moved up on the outside to tackle Miss Centimore for the lead, and shortly afterwards went to the front by a neck, Noble Navarre. Third length and a half away with Linford, a neck back on the fence, Stoke Sun, and 1.5 to Sporting Class, restrained on the inside of Don's Hope. Along past the 1,000 they swing, and Noble Navarre leads by a head now, joined again by Miss Centimore. At the 900, Miss Centimore again went to the front by 3 parts to Noble Navarre, length and a half to Linford, going nicely in third place from Stoke Sun, booting up on the fence. Then Sporting Class going between runners, forcing Don's Hope 3 deep as they pack. Miss Centimore 600 out, leads by a length to Linford and Noble Navarre. Over on the outside, Don's Hope, Stoke Sun, hard ridden. Sporting Class is last, but only 3 lengths off the lead. Up near the corner, 450 out, and Miss Centimore by a length to Linford, now hard ridden. Don's Hope over on the outside from Stoke Sun, dropping right out Noble Navarre from Sporting Class. Miss Centimore at the 250 is clear by a length to Don's Hope. Linford's gone. Sporting Class around the outside, but it's Miss Centimore in front in the straight. From on the outside, Sporting Class is racing greenly. It's Miss Centimore in front. Sporting Class the outside trying, but Miss Centimore is too good. Miss Centimore by a length on the line. Sporting Class, third Don's Hope, then Linford. Next Stoke Sun and Noble Navarre's run last.
Well, the tote dividends on the 4th event from Horsham this afternoon. The winner number 3, Miss Centimore, paying 90 and 65. Second number 6, Sporting Class, $1.60. And third number 5, Don's Hope. Insufficient starters for... The ladies are looking tremendous. In fact, one of the funny things I've seen this afternoon was a young fellow just behind us. There it is on your screen. This shirt is fine cotton. It's not a ring-in. Well, I don't think we need to say very much into the track. Number 1, the top weight, Amala, probably going back a couple of years ago, would have gone into this race a red-hot raging favourite, ridden by Mickey Mallion.
Yes, on the other hand, look, $132,000 in stake money, Rob. He's by far the leading stake money earner in the race. His latest form hasn't been all that good. You've got to take him on trust, but he's got class.
Right, let's go down to number 2, Almada, to be ridden by Stan Aitken. And Almada was very impressive 2 starts ago. He won at Ballarat. He didn't beat a good field, but I like the way he went to the line. And these New Zealand horses, they show a lot of, force in their races. And this horse got to the front, and I think almost. That's the sort of horse you need on a track like Horsham.
Yes, a typical New Zealand dour stayer, one pacer, but the advantage that he's got is the fact that he can race up in the lead, which he did at Ballarat. And he was challenged on all sides in the straight, but he just fought them off and went to the line pretty well. And he was not disgraced in the Kunji handicap in running 9th. He's my tip in the race. I think he should just about win, and he is favoured in the ring too.
Well, I tend to agree with you. Almada is a favourite of mine. Number 3, Games Over, to be ridden by M. Mallion. I would presume that might be a son of
that
Lex.
is, yep.
And a weight change from 54 to 55. The handicap has caught up with him with his last start win at Penola.
Yes, he's been pretty consistent around the area. He did run 3rd at Morfordville 3 starts ago behind Magnesia Bay. He's at reasonable odds if you do fancy him.
Right, last year's winner, number 4, El Peligro, has the same jockey on board in Michael Gauci. What sort of a chance to give him this year?
Well, if the paces run and the races run to suit El Peligro, it'd be very, very hard to beat that, Rob. I just can't see. The class is a lot better this year than what it was last year, and I really don't give El Peligro a chance. If the track were heavy, yes.
When you look through, you're talking about the class, Brian, when you look through the race, there's not a horse that stands out as being head and shoulders above the rest. There's only a field of 12, or a full field of 12, but they're all, as I said, not one that stands out, but it's pretty hard to turn around and pick one out of it. Number 5, Saga Sun, to be ridden by Paul Riley.
Well, nothing wrong with its form, is there?
Yes, he's a good horse. He's one trained by J.D. Slavin from Yea, so he's brought him a fair way.
Yes, he's better on the heavier tracks. He did run 2nd at Flemington a couple of starts ago, then he was taken to Canberra, ran 7th in the Cup up there. He may not appreciate this tight track here at Horsham.
Well, number 6, which would go very well at the moment for me, Dry Wine, is to be ridden by Gary Murphy and trained by J.P. Courtney from Flemington.
He's had a change of stable. Formerly, the late Curly Burns trained it. The family still own the horse, and it did return to the winning list at Avoca last Saturday, but this is a lot stronger.
Right, number 7, the Ranger, to be ridden by Warrnambool jockey Andrew Kermon. This horse is trained at Warrnambool by Johnny Lumsden and looks like having the makings of being quite a good jumper.
It does, has plenty of ability on the flat too. It's a one-pace front-running stayer, and it could surprise.
Number 8, Miss Ice, to be ridden by D. Thomas, is trained by E.J. Kent from Glen Burnie.
It won the Casterton Cup, I think, earlier on this year, Miss Ice, but its form of late has been very ordinary.
Yes, it's by Arctic Symbol, so they should stay all day, but his form has got a lot to be desired. A little bit of raps for number 9, Standing Orders, one to be ridden by Darren Murphy, trained by Johnny Marr from Epsom. He's a 5-year-old stallion, and as far as horses running the distance out, this is one that should have no problems.
Yeah, one of the many or large string of horses raced by Lloyd Williams, Standing Orders. Former Sydney starters, had one run since coming down from the Harbour City and ran 11th at Caulfield last week. In the
Ten Son, to be ridden by P. Shepherd.
Don't like it at all.
Don't like it.
No.
Brought him a long way from Morfordville for it, so the connections must think he's got a chance. Number 11, Mally Bronze, to be ridden by Chris Tuppen, one trained by Robert Smurden from Ballarat.
Ditto, a hurdler, and I think a little bit outclassed here.
and former good 2 and 3-year-old, number 12 Farrick. I think this horse was trained by Jack Barling originally.
I believe so. Is a very good young horse as a 2 and 3-year-old, as you said, Robin. It's nice to see him getting back to something like his good form. Locally trained here now at Horsham, and Bill Darrington in the satellite. I hope he goes well for the locals.
Yes, well, that wraps it up for the form as far as up. So you're looking at Almada as your outright tip, Ryan?
I am, yes. I'm not going to change.
Well, I like Almada to take out the event from number 9, Standing Orders. I think he could probably be the hardest to beat. Well, Brian, you can make your way back.